My name is Dwight Gillespie. I want to welcome you to the Change Your Life podcast. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. By all means, share, comment, do all that good stuff. We answer it all right here. This is the Change Your Life podcast, and if you're tuning in, we try to give you practical information on how to change your life and how to go from leading a mediocre life to leading a much better life, right? And how do we do this? We give you practical advice, like I said. Today we're going to talk about permission, and I'm going to give you permission for certain things, right? Not that I'm anybody to give you permission. I'm nobody, certainly nobody in a position of authority. It's more of a metaphor, right? But this is a thing that I've thought about a lot. And, because I have friends and they say, because the holidays are coming. We're in October now. This is October. I don't know when you're going to view this, but right now it's October. So the holidays are coming. Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that good stuff, right? But basically, I have friends that they don't like their family. And this is what started this whole thing. People don't know that they can do better. I really believe that. People need to be told, and they need to be given permission to say it's okay to change things, right? So anyway, my friend says he comes from this horrible family, and but they operate on guilt. Like it's all about guilt, and this person's mother will say, "Well, don't you love your family?" And yeah, I love you, yeah, but do you? See, and that's my challenge is to say, I give you permission to say no. I don't. To question it. What do you love about these people? Do you love the guilt, the manipulation, the way they take your money, the way they borrow things and don't return them? What is it that you love? What is it you love? And we don't know that certain things are okay, and that it's okay to demand more out of life, right? And so I want to sit here and I want to give you permission. And I give you permission to tell your family, look, this isn't working out for me. I don't want to be around you people. I don't want to see you for the holidays because you make my holidays miserable. I have another friend whose parents are divorced. I got to go over here and I got to go over there. And neither of the parents thinks that they should be going to the other one because the parents hate each other. So why are you going to his house first? You should be coming to my house. And you're gonna fill up there and then you can't. How the hell is that fun? How the hell is that fun? And this particular friend that I have in mind, he loves his wife. He gets along with his wife. He's like, I would rather just spend the day with her, well, then do that. Go to her family, right? Yeah. Well, no, he's like, no. See, and that he's okay with. Anyway, but the whole thing is that you need permission to say no. You need permission to know that it's okay to not love these people, or at least not like them. And to me, it's really hard to love somebody you don't like. I'm in recovery. I talk about it all the time. And in recovery, I say, I can love you as a fellow member of this recovery program. Doesn't mean I have to like you. But on the basis of that, I can love you. And I can extrapolate that to my family, right? I love you because you're my sibling. But I don't like you, and I don't choose to spend time with you. Right? And I have siblings like that. I just don't choose. They're negative. They're just very negative people. And they bring me down. And in my family anyway, a big thing is that to put down whatever you're doing. If you're trying to be successful at something, they're going to knock it down, man, because they get jealous and they're not doing anything with their lives. And I find that's epidemic in our society, is that people who don't, this a whole cancel culture is all about that, right? You better think the way I think and don't try to be successful at anything that I can't do because that makes me jealous. And I have to tell you what a piece of you are at doing it, and that's my family. Why would I want to be around that? Why would I want to be around people who constantly make me defend my life, who constantly make me defend my actions? And I needed permission. I had people tell me, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be around these people. Really? Are you sure? Like, can I tell them that you said so? Yeah. Tell them I said so. You could tell your family. Dwight says I don't have to come and see you, right? And I get a lot of hate mail. That's okay too. This is lining up with my ex-wives and all that other good stuff. But also, it's and you can bring this into other. I give you permission to demand better from your spouse. People say, well, if you're not being treated well, I give you permission. Go ahead and tell your spouse, look, you're not treating me right. You used to treat me a certain way. Now you take me for granted, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to live like this. I'm not here to clean up after you. I'm not here to. Yeah, I'm not your maid, right? I'm not your maid. I'm your spouse, or I go out for a lot of people. I go out and work every day. I come home and the house is dirty, and like all I ask you to do is to do these things, and to be able to talk about that. And it's okay to not be satisfied with that. And people get into these ruts and these routines, and they don't understand that they have the permission to do better. You have permission to do better. You don't have to settle. And that's another thing is to ask more out of life. I give you permission for that. People say, I got nothing to do. But I have people living in New York City who are bored. How the hell are you bored? What do you mean bored? Have you left the house recently? There's really nothing to do. No. Just miles and miles of museums and parks and recreation. People spend a life savings to come here and visit, from all over the world. But there's nothing to do, And no matter where you are, there's always something to do. If you're out in the country, there's beautiful hikes you can take. There's nature walks. There's all these kinds of things, right? And I give you permission. To go ahead and explore your world. To get out there. Life is meant to be lived. It's not meant to be endured. We were talking about this before, this whole attitude, this mentality that, hang in there, Friday's coming. And what the hell are you going to do on Friday? I'm going to eat a lot of ice cream and watch reruns of Cheers and wish I had friends. Better off at work. Hey, what are you doing? Life we're not here to, it's not an endurance test, and I get in recovery, people text you every day and some of them are very well-meaning people and I love them dearly and they mean well, right? And Mr. Haywang, he was my high school counselor. What a name, right? Haywang. Anyway, and he used to, Mr. Gillespie, the road to hell is paved with good intention. And he was right, because I was on the road to hell, but I meant well, And that whole mentality of enduring life, of overcoming your obstacles and overcoming your past and all this. Oh my God! How about we live in the moment? And in the moment, it's pretty cool. When you weigh things out, your life is actually pretty cool. You have the good and the bad and the innocuous is in the middle. And most of it's filled with sleeping and eating and going to work and driving in the car and whatever it is you do. And you can make that good. You can do good things. You can do positive things for yourself. Put on a good podcast like Change Your Life and listen, because you don't need to see me. God knows. But you can listen. You can listen to these things. You can listen to people tell you how they live the same way as you, and they'll give you permission as well to try these other things out, right? I got rid of my TV. There's a good place to start. Throw the idiot box out. Read more books. Do more things. Enjoy more life. And stop making it an endurance race. It's not, oh God, I can't. Because you know what happens when all you want to do is endure things is you can't wait for it to be over. And you wish your life away. And you'll get to that final spot, and you'll say, what did I do? What happened? It all went by so fast. What happened? I never saw the Grand Canyon. I never saw the Rocky Mountains. I never saw all these beautiful things that we have, the sunset over the Pacific Ocean, the sunrise in Florida. My friend Colin, every day, Colin's a great guy, man. Every day he sends me a picture of the sunrise in Florida. See, because he doesn't live that way. He lives his life. This guy's living a great life, man. He's young. He's a lot younger than me. And he lives a great life. And every day he runs. He does something with money. I know. He seems like he's got a lot. He's a well-to-do guy, very bright guy, right? But he lives his life. And he goes running. Every day he sends me a picture of the sunrise in Florida. I love that. And I love it. Today was an especially beautiful one. But you see, he's living his life. He's living his best life. And I talked to Colin, and he's not one of those, I made it through today. Just 2 more days to get to Saturday, and we're there. Ugh. And I give you permission to get those people out of your life. I call them the Eeyores. Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh has his own, how you doing, Eeyore? Okay. And he's got the rain cloud over him. I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be friends with Eeyore anymore. I used to be Eeyore. How you doing, Dwight? My kids are still dead and my father still committed suicide. You have no idea how hard it is to be me. Oh, God. I give you permission to hate that person. And that was me. I give you permission to seek a better career, to go out and do something, find out what really, really inspires you, right? There are great books on the subject. I can't even, I think his name is Ken Robinson, wrote a great book on it, and I forget the name of the book, but I remember the author, and I remember reading it and deciding that I wanted to change careers at one point, right? And doing that and working on it. I give you permission to go back to school at 50 years old, 60, it doesn't matter. Go back. When I was a kid, I remember somebody saying, oh, you should go to law school. You'd be a great lawyer. I was 20, I never asked 26 years old. I said, well, if I do that, I won't graduate till I'm like 35. And he said, well, how old are you going to be if you don't do it? And I didn't, 'cause you don't understand how hard it is. And what and that was it, And I'm going to leave you with this. I give you permission to choose who you love. Because people say you can't choose who you love. I give you permission to choose who you love, right? And to get over that, you can't help who you, no, you can't help who you're addicted to. You can't help who you can't control. You can't help who you can't force to love you, but you can help who you love. You can choose who you love, right? And again, I'm a big one on pros and cons lists. I do pros and cons lists. I tell people all the time, what do you love about this person? Right? And that goes back to giving you permission to demand more of your spouse or your significant other, right? To say, what is it about this person? Is this worth staying in? Because I'm not a person who's with death till you part. Well, so are you telling me I got to kill her? No, of course not. I have a friend, she watches Snapped. She binge watches it from time to time, and I can always tell. And, she's married, and I like her husband. He's a cool guy. But I think I'm going to kill him. I'm like, easy. That's because if you notice that one thing about Snapped is they all get caught. No, but I think I figured it out. No, easy. And I won't mention her name just in case he comes up dead. I don't want to, we're very good friends. Anyway, she's real cool and she's very funny too. I'm sure she's only joshing. But anyway, I will, fingers crossed, yeah. Anyway, my name is Dwight Gillespie. This is Change Your Life, and I give you permission. I also give you permission to go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. I give you permission to go ahead and comment, even if you think I'm in. Just write it down, put it on paper. Send it to your friends. Say, look what this guy is. They might not agree with you, right? And I say, have a great week. I wish you all very well. And I'm telling you, you can do this. You can have a better life. You don't have to lead a mediocre life. Life is great. It is not meant to be endured. It is meant to be lived. And we're going to help you to live it to the fullest. Come on back and we'll show you how. My name is Dwight Gillespie. This is Change Your Life. Be well now. Thank you.